have a recent move and a bunch of stuff, but I need to use this garage to park a vehicle. So I'm gonna have to build a kind of a storage wall, storage setup for these totes. So I just went to Home Depot, tons of lumber. But I gotta do this in the most kind of space efficient way as possible because this is a pretty narrow garage, and to fit the vehicle and have the doors comfortably open, I gotta have them pretty narrow. So the plan is to do using these 27-gallon totes. These are the Sam's Club variant. I guess each of them kind of have their own dimensions. I'll have a row of 4 long, 5 high, and I'm gonna do them all that kind of direction that they're sitting here, kind of horizontally instead of pointed out towards you. So see how this project goes. So for the entire length to cover the 4, I have 10-foot 2x4s. So there's going to be 4 of them on the front and the back, going 2 each, top and bottom. So 4 of those, 10 foot. So on top of the 10-footers, I got another 20 of these 84-inch 2x4s. I'm gonna have to use one of them for a template, so I might have to go back and get another board or 2. On top of that, I just got some paint, some screws. Total, this was $125. So hopefully it turns out well. All right, so 2x4s measured out. These are gonna be my verticals, marked every about 15 inches. And then I've got just a little excess to cut off on the top. Template from the last couple. Make a line. Cut that off, and then that'll join these ones. That'll be done. Okay, I'm measuring out my templates. The way that this is gonna sit will be on these black lips here on the actual crate itself, not the lid. And I've got my ground level 1 is just gonna clear 12 inches, 12 and a quarter. And then I've got 15 and a quarter between lips for each side. So this winds up making about 2 and a quarter. So that would put that at 13. It's giving me nearly an inch spacing between them in case of droop or sag, anything else like that with the weight in the bins. So 15 and a quarter is going to be my main template, and it's 12 and a quarter without the 2x4 support. Okay, for layout purposes, this is going to be the configuration. I'm working in a corner, so this last one can stick out a little bit, and then you can have access to that. Then we'll have 3 of them horizontal, 1 vertical in the end, 5 high, still holding 20 bins. So I'll mark this 10-foot piece underneath where these go and frame up 2 of them.
coffee, I want to go run down to the clubhouse and get hot chocolate. Go ahead. You can brush your hair with it.
All right, here's the finished product. Right now it's set up to hold 17 bins. I'm gonna keep this top section and this last one open vertically for snowboards, skis, things like that. But turned out pretty good. Last thing I want to do is paint it. Just got some random black paint and this bar to kind of keep it structurally rigid so it doesn't sway back and forth. I'm just gonna sink probably 2 screws just where I can find some studs in this wall behind it, and that'll just kind of be the only attachment point that it has against the wall just to keep it from moving. When it's loaded up, it's actually pretty stable. Obviously putting the heaviest things at the bottom and then kind of lighter things towards the top just for the stability of this, but also accessing bins. You don't want to be having heavier loads above your head. So yeah, pretty happy with this. Okay, so this is the finished product. I did run out of paint, but most of this you're not gonna see. I wound up using just one of these small quarts. I started and was like, oh, I'll just get 2, but I was halfway through and I was like, nah, this will be fine because we're not gonna see anything. This back bracing, I did anchor. These are longer screws. I didn't want to go too deep into the wall, just where the studs were. So 2 of those, and that's keeping it up against the wall pretty good. So I'll load it with bins and show it again, but pretty easy project, not too bad. All right, so it's just a few of them. Looks good. Still have some organizing to do. I can reduce what's in these bins quite a bit. So hope is I'll be able to fit a good bulk of some of these other items in there, but there we go. Should be good enough that it can fit the car in.